so much brighter than I thought. Hi guys, my name is Joy. I hope that you're ready for some eyegasm after the sound fist, fun, and food. So yeah, today I just want to sort of talk about my process for creativity. Totally made that up, but we'll see how it goes. And then, okay, let's do this. So I actually took that picture at the Children's Museum, which is my childhood dream as an astronaut. So that's why the proportion is wrong, but I like it anyway. Yeah, so I'm from Taiwan. If you guys are not familiar with it, it's actually a sweet potato island next to Japan. Sorry, next to China, below Japan. That's how you find us. And then I'm originally, I studied fine arts, and I came to the States in 2012 and get my master for computer art at SVA. And then after that, I flew back and forth on New York and SF, and then landed at an internship for Buck. So started working in 2014. Yeah, so that's my path. Now I'm just sort of working as a 3D artist and trying to learn how to manage a team. And then the projects I work on ranges from CG commercials to lately we have been doing a lot of creative technology, kind of like AR, VR, and then now, and I just like making things, any silly stuff or any experiments, cooking, arts and crafts. So I thought today I can share my process with you all about that. And then the reason I want to talk about creativity is because, as everyone talked about before, and Wilson mentioned, like, we're all going through this together and still trying to figure out a way out. And then for me, maybe I'm projecting myself on you all, but I definitely went through anxiety, depression, super anxious here right now, and putting myself here, being vulnerable, and then everyone definitely has creativity blocks for work or personal projects. So that's why I'm hoping that this talk could sort of reignite your creativity candle in a way, and can't wait to see what you guys will make in the future. So to me, creativity is a inventive process of visualizing imagination, and then it definitely appears in every types of forms and shapes. And so the key to this, for me at least, is to trigger this creativity process is to put a curiosity lens on, sort of like think of you as a kid for the first time. You see the world differently, and you're excited about every single thing, right? At least that's me as a kid. And then a little spoiler for the movie, just like the movie Free Guy, when you put the lens on, you see the world completely differently. And that's why I think that's a strategy for me. And a little story about me, when I was little, I usually took forever to get home because I would stop at every single little shops or restaurants or food places or night market in Taiwan, and just want to see every single thing around me because I'm just so excited and interested to learn about what's new. My favorite is those Japanese manga store where you see the latest manga and read about it, and I was like, wow, I want to do this when I grow up. And then now as an adult, I still do the same thing in New York City. There's so many pop-up shows or galleries, spontaneous concerts that just happen. You walk by, immersive art shows. If you ever come, let me know. I'll show you the world in New York. And then, yeah, so, and also to me, when you see new things, it's like a mental shock in a way. And when I get that shock, I digest that impact and absorb it as like a type of nutrition. And then it's actually gonna be your future creativity fuel, and that you just burn that. And then when you need it, it's there. And then this, I hope that makes sense, but definitely start with curiosity, like Nevin and Eddie mentioned yesterday. So I didn't copy them, but this is what I have. So start with that like a kid. You sort of follow what triggers your curiosity, and then you observe, right? And then you mimic. I'm sure everyone as a kid sort of sketch objects and people or do light sketches on the subway and then learn how people's gesture, like Rachel mentioned about speed sketching. You mimic the artist that you like, and then you adopt that into your own style or own thinking. And that way you morph, and then you blossom. You have your own style. But I think this is definitely a lifelong process, because I'm still trying to figure out. But I don't think there should be a stress or competition. You just sort of do what makes you happy, and you find your way out. And then, so one thing that I think could help, definitely like do travel, concerts, anything that you just wanna like be part of, immerse yourself with all the different activities or ideas or human being, just like Dash Bash. And then unlock that Pandora box of curiosity and try to see what makes you young at heart, and just follow that. And sometimes as you go through that curiosity journey, to me, my ideas comes and goes like a flow, just like the butterfly. And it becomes like a scavenger hunt for catching all the ideas there and there. So I'm curious to see what everyone's thought process is like. How do you catch it? And to me, that's catch and all, like the Pokemon. There are multiple ways you can do it. For me, I like to do like sketchbooks. Of course, everyone does that, I'm sure. But one thing that I like is when you do multiple tasks, you sort of go through that thing called combinatory play from Einstein. I mentioned this not to show that I'm smart, but I'm not really just Googled it, but I found this because I think this is super interesting, because as you're jotting down any creativity process in different way, all the things I mentioned here are different methods, right? But these are all kind of related to creativity. So it's like shifting your dynamic into different channels. So for Einstein, if he faced an obstacle for relative theory he couldn't figure out, he would play violin. And as he played, the dots are connecting in a way, and then he will go back and then to say, oh, okay, I think that's how I solve it, X, Y, Z. So that's why I think as you're trying to jot down your ideas, all the different creativity activities will help you sort of relink your subconscious creativity mind. And then to give a practical example, whenever we have a project at Buck, I would make a mood board based on the theme. Say this time we are lighting something for the season of Halloween, and then I'll have a Pinterest mood board. Not trying to give commercial, they didn't pay me for this, but personally, I just do that. Or I have a Google sheet where I'm jotting down all the ideas for children's books. So there's so many methods that you can do that. And then now I think I'm gonna show some stuff from Buck. Are you ready? Yeah? Let's do this. So I want to show how Buck adapt and morph some of the client's idea into something different, and then it all comes from curiosity, like I said, and like what if we do this? How do we evolve from the old concept to something new? So first, I hope you had some breakfast, because I'm about to show some delicious food commercial. So this one, we made a commercial for Rice Krispie snacks. And then I'm gonna slowly go and then let you see. Oh, actually, I forgot. There's a fun trivia fact about a Danish term for snap, crackle, and pop is peep, pop, poof. So I think it's pretty funny. And so we actually work with the Canada agency for this. So this is a rebrand for Canada, not US. So too bad. We still had the old design for the Rice Krispie snacks. But yeah, okay. Are you ready? I think this is real. Yes, I'm gonna go. That was a very contagious song. When I work on that every night, I heard it. So I'm kind of tired of it, but I'm happy you like it. So yeah, this is an old concept design from the old branding, and then for Bach is on the right. It's led by my talented supervisor, Bill Doreyes. So we adopted the old design, and then from the exaggerated character expression into something more modern graphic language. So, and also, like you can tell, this has a bit elongate torso, shorter torso, elongate hands and arms, and very graphical shapes. Hope you like this one. And then, out of curiosity, we actually had a survey with the clients that we did to figure out what's teenagers' favorite place to hang out, because our targeted audiences are teenagers who like to eat snacks and hang out. So it turns out that 4 places that they like the most, first one, of course, school, because everyone goes there as a kid, and then amusement park. The third one is concert, and then the 4th one is a video game. Not that you're high, so it's a different, not on drugs, yeah. so the trippy thing is from video game, and then to us, to know your target, the clients, so-called enemy, is to like understand what they like, right? So that's what we did. And then here, we sort of go further, and we are inspired by the famous cartoon Adventure Time, where we just want to have a new take on character design. So you can see here we have some, I did some character sketches for how the expressive performance could be, with the elastic on, wiggly, noodly legs, and then singing in a dramatic way with camera angle. So that's what I did. And then after designing Peep, Pop, Poof, remember? And then with that into character look development, which is my favorite. And every time I work on this, I always ask, can I do look that for characters? So I got very fortunate that they let me try it out. But this character sheet is designed by Colin Bigelow, but I think our design team put on the material references for how you can do look development more efficiently. So I will use this as a guidance for me every time, and bring it into, bring the character models from talented artists into Substance Painter, or traditionally we do it in Photoshop. And then we render in Maya to see how we can recreate that realistic textures. So yeah, that's the process for me for looked at for character. And then for this one, I was lucky enough with the timeline. My supervisor gave me a month to figure out how to groom hair. I was like, okay. So thankfully, back in the day, this project was made in 2017, I think. I had a lot of white male talents in my office. It's bad for diversity, but great for hair reference. So I was like, looking at my supervisor, looking at my C. Julia, said, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to creep on you. I was still a junior, and I was like, can I just look at the fades? Because I never had fades and how to shave, and so I look at their hair and ask them, maybe I should go to a barber shop and get a shave on myself, but I didn't do that. So that's the process, and let me show you from before and after. This is super awful. It came a long way after a month. To be honest, men's haircut is complicated, even though Barbara did it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but actually I just realized, to give you a little analyzation, is that eyebrow is one system, and then the shave on the side is one system, so shorter, and top is another hair system, because you're gonna show different style and the look, so I had to make different arrangement. So it's like a plugging, eyebrow plugging, plugging on the shade, and then the top. If it's a grown-up man with a beard, that would be even more, so you have to add more on the beard side. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And then this is the final look of the characters. Do you like it? Yeah? I think, thank you. Yeah, so and this set was led by our former CG lead, who is now at brand new school as a supervisor. His name is Bryce Lenan. I just want to make sure every time I show a slide, I want to talk about the part I did, the part that someone did for me. So just so you know, yeah, it's always a teamwork. And then, now are you ready to get some Rice Krispie snacks to boost our sale? So this is the first project. Thank you. And then let's see. Okay, so the next one, this is our second project that I want to share, and I also contribute a lot in lighting and look development, and it's one of my favorite last year. It's a project that inspired by small business owners, and then this is from MailChimp Presents. And then here we are showcasing a vignette of small business owners about their daily struggles time to time, and then pay respect for all the small studio owners here. It's amazing to see how everyone it's amazing to see how everyone succeed in the struggles they have. And yeah, I'm actually pretty dark inside, but I'm trying to say it's amazing to see how people thrive from the obstacles throughout this pandemic and trying to run your business. And then so we got very fortunate to work with MailChimp Presents about crafting 6 short stories of each business owner. And then also this is a platform that they made last year and announced. So they have different content on it, and it's pretty awesome to see how they support artists individually as well to showcase their work, but it needs to be related to a small business owner on their website. And then at the end, we all are human, right? And we all try to make things work. So I feel very related to this story, the 6 series. And then I'm gonna show trailer again. I'm gonna run. So it looks glorious, right? But not really. Every time we work on some animations, there's always some flaws. So yeah, this is behind the scene, and our animator captured it. I found it really realistic. Yeah. And then I want to talk about the character designs. It all started with shapes. So our characters are made of different shapes. For this one, it's a bunch of potatoes and fat fingers that made her. This is Becky, our main character, who likes to take selfies. This one is actually 2 long tears, just like the hourglass for this girl. I forgot her name, but you will see her. And this one is a weird shape. I will let you to interpret on your own. But yeah, it's a boss character. And then here are all the characters that I rendered but modeled by our talented modelers, but I textured them all and put the shaders on them. Basically, I dress up when they're naked. And then now try to think about put your lens on as a serial killer. So if you just dissect them, you see all the shapes, right? You see it? And then so shapes are everywhere. So yeah, that's the characters for this. And then for assets, we are heavily inspired by all the stop motion miniature sets. So we are trying to mimic real life miniatures, the look of it. And definitely inspired by the stop motion giants like Leica Studios, where every time you look at their behind the scenes, I'm in awe of, oh, how do they make those? This is crazy. So yeah, this is some of the assets that we created. And then if you look closely, you can see the exaggerated fingerprints on the bike, and then some exaggerated bigger leather pattern on the glasses baggage. And then you will see say the wood print on the coffee sign is like also larger. So when you make miniatures, you really just have to put a magnifier and make it larger, and then put some organic touch, like oil grease is dirty and dirt, but that all sells it as a authentic look of a miniature that is man-made. And that's one of the things that we stress about a lot for this project is that CG project in general is very difficult to show it to people, and let people think that that's made of not CG, you know? So the way to do it is trying to think about how you will actually make a thing. So if you actually make it yourself and then recreate it, you might think, oh, okay, the coffee sign might be made of cardboard and you painted a wood print on it, or the little pot is could be ceramic and you spray the silver paint on it. And those are my favorite part because I love materials, so it's always interesting to see how things are made in physical, real world. And then these are all the 3D vignette characters. I'm counting how many, so I have to click it for them to move. Okay, thank you. So yeah, the reason I have to talk about this because animation was quite challenging for this project because MailChimp Present is trying to push it to the globe. So a lot of time, language is a barrier, right? So we're trying to show all the performance through body language without talking. So that's why a lot of them is kind of exaggerated, expressive performances in a way. I wish I had the reference like Rachel had, like side by side, but I need to ask the animators, and they usually say no. Yeah, and then for the 6 shorts that we did, they all have a specific, unique color palette. For this one, it's heavily inspired by Wes Anderson, The Grand Budapest, where the composition is central and then symmetrical and very pastel, like pink, a little bit green, and then it's like that type of look that we are inspired from it. And then if you look closely online and then see through it, you will see the color transition for other shorts as well. And then this is Becky. I want to show some lighting process. Basically, we always start with the dome light and then or 3-point light, and then you add more light to shape the look of it. And then this one is raining light scenes. This is when she was frustrated about managing business. And then sometimes what sells a realistic lighting is some of the effects. So the raining effect here was done by talented Houdini artist, Chris Rebar. And then just a little bit like subtle thing in the background really sells that this is a miniature set. And then after that, we composite. And then the next one is the Grand Budapest influence. So she's a glasses wearer owner. And then for here, you can definitely tell the color is very pastel. And then the layout is very central. And then, yeah, that's it for the little behind the scene for MailChimp Present. And I don't want to put commercial, but we're not allowed to show any of it, only the trailer. So if you're interested, please feel free to check out episode 6 to 12. Yeah, and then episode 1 to 5 is done by another famous stop motion studio. Actually, it's 7 to 12. I just remember, sorry. Okay, my third project from Buck. So this one is the first project that I was assigned to learn how to lead and manage a team. And this is an AR project about Piggy bank. It's teaching kids how to earn money, basically, or the concept of money. And then, so we built an app to teach the kids like earning, saving, and spending. Based on this bank called Ally Bank. They actually have a original storybook at the bank office, like I think maybe just in the US, where parents go into do their money business, kids are bored, right? So they were given a book about this girl called Emma, where she's learning how to use money with 3 3 alien kids from this planet called Planet Z. I don't know what the hell they come up with this, but that's from Ally Bank that they gave us this concept, so we have to use it to extend our AR app. And then if you're ready, let's take a look at the app demo. Is it playing? Yes. So here you scan the piggy bank, a physical bank, and then you detect it, and then it turns. You can see which side you want to learn about. And then once you make your mind, it was located, and then show say, okay, let's play. This is for kids, by the way. So now this is the welcome side where Emma introduced herself and welcome everyone. Say, hey, come join me, spend money. Yeah, so that's what they say, Planet Z, because that's the original concept from the Ally Bank book. Yeah, and here, if you see Emma glow, you can tap her, and she will talk to you like earlier, and then I will show you the rest in a bit in the presentation. But yeah, that's the trailer. Thank you. And that makes sense, right? You got a demo idea? Okay, because it's so complicated that I wasn't sure how to properly show it. But I just want to say that Bach is in a phase of trying to do more creative technology projects, so this is one of the starts. And then a lot of people probably don't know about that. Besides doing famous motion graphic animation for commercials and graphic design, we actually also do UI, UX, and icon interface design. For this app, we built everything from scratch, including the layout, the font, and then the interface, frame by frame, step-by-step design. And then everything's made in-house. So as you can see, that's how the App Store looks like, and then the cover page that you just saw from the demo. And then we actually get a physical, I want to show you next, is a physical printed piggy bank box. It's really magical because they give you a sleeve envelope, you pull it, it pops out as a piggy bank box. It was just pretty cool. And then we also did the graphic design for it from the welcoming side, and then spending, earning money, saving. We are trying to create this fantastical world about, like make kids feel excited about learning the concept of money, that's why. And then let's talk about characters. Here I also was doing some character look at, but this time, because I'm trying to learn how to manage, I have a lot of talented artists that help me do shading and some modeling, and I will mentor them how I run my process with them. And then, so that's the character that we have. The middle one is Emma with the unicorn. And then we have this money tree, baby money tree, teenage money tree. And then those are like some bubble-shaped trees, islands. The 3 kids are the alien kids that help you learn about money. I wish I had them as a kid. And now I might pick a different job because, you know. And then, yeah, we also had to build a lot of little like modular assets. The reason is that I want to talk about the difference of traditional CG commercial and Unity project for gaming or AR. The reason it needs to be modular built because we need to make sure the app works for all the devices, but not everyone can afford the latest iPhone, you know? So we have to make sure modularly we can populate all these assets throughout the environment landscape. So everything you see here now, we've been reusing them, recoloring them for all the 4 sets. And then, so besides the welcome site demo, this one is the earning side. So this is where Emma is actually selling lemonade for making money. And the AR coin pop-out goes into the physical paper bank that you see, so it's tracked. But this is what you will see on the phone, but in a narrow frame. And then, next one, this is an eye candy shot. And then here, this is the moment where Emma earned money, right? It's like, okay, time to spend it. So she wanna spend on an amazing unicorn ride. I would totally pay for this still as an adult. But yeah, so, and you can see, I think she finished the coin, AR coin will come out from the piggy bank as a symbol of saying, okay, that's what happened when you spend money. That one is the saving side, where Emma is saving the big AR coin into the ground, and then that comes out with the tree. And as the tree grows, it's like the interest is growing with your saving account, basically. Yeah, it was just so visual. It's very cool. I actually wish they have an app for adults visually about Roth IRA, 401k, and investing. I still don't get it how this thing works in the US, so still trying to figure out. But yeah, and then this is the close-up. That's it for Ally Bank, yeah. Whee. Thank you all. Now I wanna talk about creativity also comes from within the community, just like Dash Bash. Now you probably meet a lot of new friends, are excited to spark the chemistry and then make something cool, right? For me, I want to talk about my personal project throughout the pandemic. It's a poo-poo art show. So remember I talked about creativity happens in any forms and shapes, including poop. So yeah, we hosted this show at Halloween time, just so we can boost everyone's mood a bit and make everyone at least have a smile. And the reason is that I want to connect artists, designers, and animators through collaboration, just like what Wilson mentioned earlier. And then our mission is to transform this mundane daily activity into a playful visual expression. And then this is definitely experimental, and then it's very shallow, I know, and then, but not in depth about healing process, but it's healing my mood daily, day by day. So I just wanna show it to everyone. But before that, I wanna talk about why I wanna do this, because I pitched a game internally. Of course it failed, but it's this character called Busting Butt. So the idea is that it's a little butt character on the skateboard. He or she is in a rush to go to the restroom. And then, so that's why it's skating, it's faster. But then the thing is that there are obstacles, right, for every single game and limitations. Guess what? It's gonna be any little thing that comes down that trigger your diarrhea. So it's actually smoothies, name it, yogurt, what else? Coffee, right? Fruits, spicy food. Yeah, anything you name it. So that's why, and then the end result is to just like skate as soon as you can and dodge all the obstacles like a real skating game, and then to the restroom. But if you can't make it, the little butt character will burst into diarrhea. So that's my story. Also, I'm looking for investors, let me know. Let me know if you wanna sponsor me to do this. But yeah. So this is our virtual gallery that we found this amazing open source website called ArtStep, where actually you can just build a scene like this. And then they have interior design selection that you can pick. I'm trying to make it, like I said, elevate the poop into a modern gallery set. And then the fun thing is that I noticed as I research about different platforms, and this is the free one, and then there's a lot of school teachers actually use this to showcase students' art, and I found it very amazing how they make it open so kids can show their artwork in the pandemic. And then I guess time to show you the trailer. I'm sorry. I hope you all are awake now. So please check out the rest online. I hope you enjoy it so far. And then one last project I want to talk about. I know I'm out of time, but I think this is very meaningful and sort of piggyback to what I talked about at the beginning is this monster project. This was founded by Katie Johnson. She's based in Texas. And then the idea for this project was about you have artists collaborating with kids from school. I think it's the age from maybe 6 to 12. I was fortunate enough that she found me and she said, do you want to join us this year to make some art with kids? And then it's all based in Texas, local school or institutions. So for the past 11 years, Katie has been running this. I'm sure maybe some of you have been seeing their Instagram online about this. Yeah, I see Steven shaking head. Yeah, so here today, I don't wanna showcase in a way about how much adults elevate kids art, but what I wanna talk about is, it's actually the reverse. Kids art was already perfect in their own way and imagination. But to me, I was so lucky to work with this kid, I believe a 7-year-old boy from Texas, where I am totally inspired, and he pulled me back into his curiosity lens about monster design. So I feel like my soul is elevated by him. Not that the adult artists transform their art in a different way, but actually I am ignited my passion by this kid. And then they proved to me that adults now, even though we might be jaded, seasoned, or tired from pandemic, or working day-to-day job, hustling with money, or life, or your partner maybe, or whatever, or your adults or kids, that we still can refine that passion through working with kids. And then I think I feel like when they see the comparison, they know how powerful their imaginations are, and then they totally ignite me in a way, and I'm so happy that I work on this. And then also one more important thing is every kid is an artist at heart, but we all forget about it when we grow up. We get sort of we forget how much we get excited about different type of thing we see. So that's why this talk, I just wanna make you all feel like a kid again, and feel like you're excited about what you do, you actually enjoy what you do. And then please support them because they are nonprofit. So if you're interested, feel free to check out other artists' work. And then, yeah, hopefully, you guys find creativity opportunities from Dash Bash, and you probably meet your lifelong, long-term friendship here. And I hope this one gave you an idea of what you want to do, or reignite your creativity candle. And then last, I want to really, I'm sincerely curious about everyone's creative process, questions, anything, you can reach out to me after this. And then I want to thank Dash Bash for letting me talk about poop on stage. And then big thanks to my communication director, Justin Cohn, and manager, Megan Alderson, and Michelle Higa-Fox is the CD at Buck who gave me feedbacks, and everyone from the CG team at Buck, that because of them, I can stand here and share their work. And that's all. Thank you all.